I have here a model of a plant cell. Plant cells are eukaryotic cells that vary in several fundamental factors from other eukaryotic organisms. Both plant and animal cells contain a nucleus along with similar organelles. One of the distinctive aspects of a plant cell is the presence of a cell wall outside the cell membrane. The plant cell is comparatively larger than the animal cell. Even though plant and animal cells are eukaryotic and share a few cell organelles, plant cells are quite distinct when compared to an animal cell as they perform different functions. This is a 3D model of a plant cell. We will discuss its parts and functions. First is the cell wall. The cell wall is the outermost layer of the cell. It is this one, the color green. The primary function of the cell wall is to protect and provide structural support to the cell. Next is the cell membrane. This is the cell membrane, the yellow part next to the cell wall. It is the semi-permeable membrane that is present within the cell wall. It is composed of a thin layer of protein and fat. The cell membrane plays an important role in regulating the entry and exit of specific substances within the cell. Next is the nucleus. The nucleus is a membrane-bound structure that is present only in eukaryotic cells. The vital function of a nucleus is to store DNA or hereditary information required for cell division, metabolism, and growth. Next is the tiny violet dot inside the nucleus is the nucleolus. It manufactures cells protein-producing structures and ribosomes. Next is the chloroplast. These are the chloroplasts. It is an elongated organelle enclosed by a phospholipid membrane. The chloroplast is shaped like a disc, and the stroma is the fluid within the chloroplast that comprises a circular DNA. Each chloroplast contains a green color pigment called chlorophyll, required for the process of photosynthesis. Next is the central vacuole. This is the central vacuole. It occupies around 30% of the cell's volume in a mature plant cell. Tonoplast is a membrane that surrounds the central vacuole. The vital function of the central vacuole, apart from storage, is to sustain turgor pressure against the cell wall. Next is the Golgi apparatus. This is the Golgi apparatus, the pink part. They are found in all eukaryotic cells, which are involved in distributing synthesized macromolecules to various parts of the cell. Next is the ribosomes. These are the ribosomes, the tiny red dots. They are the smallest membrane-bound organelles which comprise RNA and protein. They are the sites for protein synthesis, hence also referred to as the protein factories of the cell. Next is the mitochondria. These are the mitochondria of the cell. They are the double-membrane organelles found in the cytoplasm of all eukaryotic cells. They provide energy by breaking down carbohydrate and sugar molecules. Hence, they are also referred to as the powerhouse of the cell. Next is the cytoplasm. This is the cytoplasm. It is a thick liquid that fills spaces in the cell to help retain its form. Next is the amyloplast. This is the amyloplast. It serves as starch storage for plants. Those are the different parts and functions of a cell. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you. This is a coronavirus. It was first reported in Wuhan, China, and subsequently spread worldwide. The coronavirus was officially named Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2 by the International Committee on Taxonomy of Viruses based on phylogenetic analysis. Let us discuss the parts of the coronavirus. First is the spike glycoprotein. These are the spike glycoprotein, the big red spikes. It is used specialized cell receptors and act as a chief mediator of attachment with the host cell and viral entry. Successful completion of spike glycoprotein receptor complex results in infection. Next is the membrane protein. This is the membrane protein. The tiny blue spikes. Membrane proteins mediate processes that are fundamental for the flourishing of biological cells. Next is the nucleoprotein. This is the nucleoprotein. Nucleoproteins are found in all living cells and play a variety of roles, including structural support, gene regulation, and replication. Next is the genomic RNA. It is with the nucleoprotein. The RNA genome is the template for synthesis of additional RNA strands. A molecule of RNA is a template and molecule of RNA are produced. Lastly is the envelope small membrane protein. These are the envelope small membrane protein, the yellow ones. Envelope small membrane protein. Coronavirus envelope protein is a small membrane protein and minor component of the virus particles. It plays important role in virion assembly and morphogenesis, alteration of the membrane permeability of hosts, and virus-host cell interaction. That is all for the coronavirus. I hope you learned a lot.